You might notice J.C. Sheldon is not out there for the Buckeyes. She is still struggling with a lower leg injury. She's only been able to play 5 games this season. She averaged 16 points across those 5 games, but the Buckeyes have been able to keep their momentum up without her presence on the court.
Ohio State wins the tip. They'll have possession first. Mikellashikova, top of the key. Looking and dribbling left side. Leaves it off for Mikesell, who takes a shot from the wing. Off the mark on the 3. Too strong off the front iron. And now the other way come Albany. Great Danes. Ball in the hands of Morgan Haney. Lucia DeCortes kicks it over to Lily Phillips. Top of the key, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Now inside. Battling on Mikellashikova is Lucia DeCortes, and she's off on her post shot. Here comes Cotie McMahon. Down the floor into the paint. 2 steps, layup is good and 1.
Cotie McMahon, she's the Big Ten Freshman of the Week. After her efforts against Michigan State, she's been having an outstanding season as just a freshman, making a name for herself, averaging 9 points per game. She has 24 steals already this season, so you're going to see her both offensively and defensively.
That's the first shot for Ohio State at the charity stripe. They're shooting a team 69.5%. They average 14.1 made free throws per contest. Great Danes having some trouble inbounding the ball, and they finally do. This is to the hands of Haney. Hoping to have quicker success throwing it inbounds this time, and they do. Haney directing traffic, trying to get the ball across half court. Had some trouble doing so, overshot her intended target, and now we'll get another jump ball just in front of us here at the table.
As we mentioned, they've struggled a bit offensively, so that full court pressure is really going to force them to play carefully bringing it up the court.
Ohio State taking a break from their usual home white uniforms in favor of their gray digs. Going against Albany in their purple road uniforms. Meanwhile, the first bucket from the field for Cotie McMahon. She had that made free throw. Make it her second, actually. She had the and 1 just moments ago. Up the floor comes Albany. They had to slow it down. Lily Phillips with it now. Commanding from the center logo. Picks up her dribble. Now with Heigerstrom. Right hand dribble for Phillips. Takes 2 steps, kicks it out. Battling inside, now left for Heigerstrand, and she beats the shot clock.
Of course, Taylor Mikesell leads the way with 18.9 points per game, but 5 Buckeyes are averaging double figures. Not only are they first in assists, but also first leading the Big Ten in points per game. So this Buckeye squad knows how to move the ball.
This is Kayla Cooper. Left hand dribble off the glass, off the mark. Taylor Thierry crosses half court, kicks it over to Cotie McMahon. Cotie McMahon hot from the field, and she buries another one there. 4 for 4 from the field with a free throw on that opening and 1.
They can drive. They have great long-range shooting, so it's going to be tough.
Rikki Harris picks off a pass. Right-hand layup off the glass. Harris, her first 2 points of the night. And here's an area where Albany can really make you pay. They are outscoring opponents 31.8 to 24% from three-point range, but we have yet to see them pull the trigger from deep. There's one, and buried did Heigerstrom. Lily Phillips took 1 shot earlier from beyond the arc, but she missed it, and there's one buried for Heigerstrand to put that field goal percentage, or the three-point field goal percentage, back to 50. And Cotie McMahon is going to be fouled again. She's headed to the line for her second and 1 tonight.
How about that? She takes it to the hoop, misses, gets her own rebound.
11 points and 2 rebounds. She leads her team in both. Sanford switches hands, dribbles into the baseline, tried to kick it around. Heigerstrand comes back into the game.
Heigerstrand has all of the Great Danes points with 5.
She takes a shot there and buries it again. Talked about how the success has been through the first part of this season. Harris uses the square and puts it through with her right hand. Heaps over to Heigerstrand. Inside and couldn't connect with Heaps.
The Great Danes are passing a little rushed, playing a little forced offensively.
Shoemate drives in, kicks it over to Thierry for the alley-oop layup. Heaps from under the basket, kicked it in. Now in the hands of Heigerstrand. Heaps pulls back, kicks it out to beyond the arc, and buried again was Freya Vert. Down the floor and off the glass, Eboni Walker.
No matter who they sub in, it has to be refreshing to know that they have that offensive depth.
Phillips over to Heigerstrand, takes her second three of the day, and she's off on that one. Mikesell switches over and lost it off the foot.
Mikesell scoreless so far here in the first quarter. However, she is the Buckeyes' leading scorer so far this season.
Ball in the hands of Thierry. Drives in, right hand finish, it's good. Heigerstrand looking for someone. Finally finds a cutting teammate in Freya Vert, who finishes inside. Burning time now with the dribble. Over to Thierry. Drives in, kicks to Mikesell. Another three. Off by a bit much. And there's the ceremonial toss-in. Couldn't do much with as little time was on the clock. And at the end of one, Ohio State 21, Albany 12. Freya Vert kicked over to Grace Heaps. Heaps defended tightly by Thierry. DeCortis under the basket to Heigerstrand.
She's had some long-range success as well.
Heigerstrand certainly doing her part to keep the Great Danes in this contest. Mikulashikova no good from deep. Unable to find her rhythm tonight. DeCortis with it now, driving left hand. Over to Haney. Haney buries it from deep. McMahon driving in, left hand. Over to the basket, too strong off the window. Heigerstrand at the point, kicks over to Haney. Haney buries her second in a row from three.
Their shots have been excellent here in the second.
McMahon driving in once again, too strong off the backboard. She's 1 for 2 from the free throw line tonight, pending these two. McMahon now 2 for 4 from the line as she buries the second. Thierry gets a steal underneath on the inbound pass and puts it through for Ohio State. Inbound pass connected to Heigerstrand. Heigerstrand lost it off the hand of Madison Green and flipped it up through two different defenders.
She has 11 points. She has half of the Great Danes' points so far tonight.
Mikesell, no good from three. Vert lost it off the defense in front. They get it back. Phillips from three, spins around and settles in. Albany ahead by one with 5:52 to go in the first half. Mikulashikova again, no good from three. Phillips goes right side, calling for a screen. Sanford into Phillips, wide open, left-hand finish. Buckeyes looking for something. Mikesell tries to get it from three and finally buries one. 3 seconds, late shot clock once again. Pulled the trigger from the corner and wouldn't fall for Freya Vert.
Per quarter, they automatically shoot 2. So it's different than men's basketball when they go to 1 and 1 and then double bonus. They start with 2 shots for every 5 fouls in the quarter, and it resets every quarter.
Madison Green couldn't find a teammate to kick it along to, decides to pull the trigger herself. Grabs a miss there, but Mikulashikova there to police the rebound and kicks it out to McMahon, who's good from three. Cotie McMahon cashing in from deep.
Now with 15, she has half of Ohio State's points. She's still leading in rebounds as well with 4.
7 of 9 total, combining her 6 of 8 from the floor and 1 for 1 from three. McMahon in again, left hand, left and drive with the right hand, finishes off the glass.
She is unstoppable tonight. They've got to keep feeding it to her because it's working.
Maybe riding a little bit of a high off some Big Ten recognition that she had last week. Day Cortez over to Haney. Kicks it into Heigerstrand, who puts it through. Madison Green, right hand, drives in from the wing. Pulls back at the baseline and puts it through again. Morgan Haney drives in, finished with the right hand. This has been a tightly contested affair, and Ohio State looking to get something rolling to head to halftime with some momentum.
Ohio State really had the advantage in the first quarter, but the Great Danes came out fighting in the second quarter. They started to figure out their offense. They started to figure out how to beat Ohio State's full court press.
So you got to imagine the energy of that win still very fresh in the minds of the Albany players. Haney is double teamed by Mikesell and Green, had to throw it in. It was off a few hands, now on the ground in possession of Madison Green. She's trying to find something, and it'll burn the clock out. We'll head to halftime, 34-31, the Buckeyes leading by 3. Helene Heigerstrand and Lucia DeCortez. Heaps with it on the wing. Guarded by McMahon, she kicks it into Heigerstrand. Heigerstrand, 2 dribbles, backing down. Thierry pulls around and buries one from the baseline. First points of the half.
But talk about carrying for the Buckeyes is McMahon, now with 19 points. The next highest scorer after McMahon for the Buckeyes is Taylor Thierry with 6. So there hasn't been a ton of offensive production outside of the strong efforts from the freshman.
Mikesell, scoop layup with the right hand. And you mentioned Heigerstrand and McMahon, 2 ladies whose shoulders have to be aching from supporting this offensive load for their respective teams. It's been incredible, their performances to start off this game.
They've done a great job, and in the second half, we're going to need some offensive production from some other players as well on both sides.
Lily Phillips kicks over to Morgan Haney. Heigerstrand back into Haney, who gets it to go off the glass. Madison Green bringing it up for the Buckeyes, crosses the midline. Into Rebecca Mikulashikova, back down to Green in the same play that Albany just ran moments ago. McMahon short off the rim at that 3-point attempt. Madison Green tries to finish the rebound, and she'll be fouled in the act of shooting. And buries her first. 39-35, a 4-point lead for Ohio State with 8:24 to go in the third quarter. Kicks out to Heigerstrand. Heigerstrand, thinking seriously about pulling the trigger from deep, decides to drive in instead. Missed screen from Heigerstrand to Heaps. She puts it up at a fading shot clock and could not connect on the 3-point attempt.
Not her best shot. She could feel she didn't have much time left, about a second and a half to get a shot off.
Thierry storms the lane and finishes with the left hand towards the out-of-bounds line in a spectacular finish.
Drawing the foul and driving the lane here in the third quarter.
The Ohio State sophomore unable to convert the 3-point play. It goes into the hands of Sanford. Kayla Cooper now at the top of it all, drives to her left side. Sanford back to Cooper. Cooper shielding off Mikulashikova and finishes with her right hand.
That's what the Buckeyes have been struggling with a few times tonight, unintentionally getting a foul. We saw McMahon got one as she was tripped up a little bit there earlier in the first half.
Meanwhile, Heigerstrand shield off Thierry. She's unable to put it through. Madison Green cutting the lane, and she finished with her left hand. 7 seconds on the shot clock as Cooper faces the rim. Unable to get that to go off her layup. Cotie McMahon, full steam ahead, now over to Green, who has to settle it down to the corner. Green shoots it from deep and buries it. 1 for 1 in her first 3-point attempt of the night. Into Sanford, finds Haney. Haney immediately double teamed by Mikesell and Harris. Trying to find something, ball is loose into the hands of DeCortez. And they'll call what looked like a double dribble. Cotie McMahon drives baseline. She's double teamed, fights through contact, gets a foul.
What I love about her offensive game is she's not afraid of contact. She doesn't play like a freshman. Seems like she's an experienced college basketball player out here.
Ohio State on a 6-0 run for the last minute 39. Meanwhile, Albany has not had a basket for the last 2:27 and counting. Haney looking to change that and end the drought. Vert kicks it into Heigerstrand. She buries it falling away at the baseline. finally ends that drought. It was at 2:33. 4:20 to go in the third quarter. Ohio State 48, Albany 39 here in Columbus. Cotie McMahon hands over to Green. Green, baseline near side. Heads over to the left elbow. Now to Mikulashikova. She's immediately swarmed by purple jerseys, but a physical finish inside. Finessed with the right hand and put it in.
That is her first basket of the night. She's been a score leader for Ohio State all season long. She, up until tonight, was averaging 17.2 points per game, scoreless until just now in the third quarter. She was able to make it happen.
Morgan Haney tried to get it into a wide open Heigerstrand. Unable to connect on the pass. Mikesell now the other way for Ohio State. She gets it in once again to Mikulashikova, who buries her second straight with that right hand. Kayla Cooper with it. Across to Heigerstrand, who lost it as she tried to connect with Vert. Up ahead to Cotie McMahon. Takes a pound dribble and goes in.
She's been an outstanding player for the Buckeyes, but Green has done a great job of stepping up, making an impact offensively. As you mentioned, getting those assists. She's a really strong player, well-rounded.
Heigerstrand gets her turnaround jumper to fall. Now in the hands of Rikki Harris. Shoemate pulls the trigger from deep and knocks it in. Bangs home the trifecta. Emma Shoemate to get her first 3 points of the night. To Haney. Well, now in the hands of Cooper. Turning around, guarded by Walker.
This is the first time the team has been 10-0 since the 2011-2012 season.
Rikki Harris, no good off the back of the rim. Kayla Cooper at the elbow, trying to get it to Vert, who had her back toward her. Bristow picks it off. She's running a 2-on-none and finishes with her right hand. Had Mikesell trailing as well, but decided to take it herself. Evan Bristow on the board with her first 2.
And with that, every Buckeye who has played tonight has scored tonight.
Scoop layup won't fall for Morgan Haney. She tracks down her rebound with 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Rikki Harris playing defense on Haney. Switched over to Shoemate. Haney lost it, has to pull a prayer that goes just off the glass in front. Evan Bristow now with it on the wing. Walker kicks it over to Shoemate. Back into Bristow. Hand off to Shoemate. Shoemate, a perfect 1-for-1 from the floor as she converted a three-pointer in the third quarter. Turnover there for Ohio State. Picks up her dribble, feeds it in to Heigerstrand. Heigerstrand backing down Walker. Turnaround jumper from inside the paint.
One of the main difference makers that probably is keeping Ohio State in the lead is turnovers. If we look at turnovers, Ohio State only has 4, whereas Albany has 14. Ohio State has done a great job of forcing those. So we see a big 3 from Taylor Mikesell, her first one.
Sanford on the wing, drives in left hand, pulls back at the elbow. Phillips, storm in the lane, scoop layup is good. Lily Phillips now with 7 points. Harris gets it over to Mikesell. Mikesell, jab step, now left hand dribble. Over to the point, takes another 3 and buries her second straight. Drives in left side, pulled back to the arc. De Cortez pulls it in, a loose ball. Turning around, fighting a double team, flipped up a shot, and they'll call a travel as both sides making substitutions. Green will toss it in from the corner nearest us. Over to Walker, back to Green. Green drives in and no good off the front of the rim. 2 shots for Green at the line. Buries the first. She would love to stay perfect here. And she does. Ohio State now in front by 20, 67-47, with 6:39 to go in the game. Double teamed, and now over to Sanford. Sanford pinned at the half-court line. Here's Walker, stolen away and into contact. She's unable to convert the shot, but another foul on Albany.
It's really tough to be pressed this hard for an entire game. It's tiring to have to do that for an entire game. But on the contrary, it's also tiring to run a full court press for the Buckeyes for an entire game. So definitely getting their cardio in tonight.
Certainly speaks to the conditioning of both teams. A feed from McMahon to Mikesell is good. 24-point advantage for the Buckeyes, and Albany wants a break. Back to Heigerstrand, dumps it into Cooper, unable to get the roll off the rim. Unfortunate turn of events there. McMahon slicing, dicing through defenders. Lucia De Cortez pulls back, kicks it over a few passes later now to the first time tonight from Fatima Lee. And she gets her first points to go. McMahon in at the stripe, backs in, immediately converged on by three great names. Had to force it out to Walker for a shot, no good. Pulls in the rebound, does McMahon. Tries to put up a second chance opportunity, no good. And on the third chance finish is good from Eboni Walker. Cooper, the junior out of Frederick, Maryland, kicked it over to Lee. Fatima Lee, right-hand drive. Pulled it out to the corner, and cha-ching. She's got 8 today, including 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. Bristow, crossover, right-hand finish as she was falling away from the bucket. Turning around is Kayla Cooper. She gets it over to Fatima Lee. No good off the back of the rim. Henderson across the line. Bristow drives in right side. Hangs onto it to a cutting Rikki Harris now, and she finishes and one opportunity. Bristow saw it, and a finish. Free throws here for Rikki Harris, an and one. She puts it in. Kaya Henderson with the ball now. Drives in left side after getting it back. Now over to Bristow. Bristow from the right block, pulls it in and buries it. Smooth move, a big step, and a finish inside.
Bristow with 6 points. She's the only Buckeye on the court right now that has scored. They've got, as you said, practically their entire bench in the game to finish out this final minute of play.
Fatima Lee kicks it over to Sanford. Sanford from the wing. No good off the back iron. Rebound goes to Taylor Moffitt. Back to Lee. Commanding something with 5 seconds to go. Lee goes left side in final seconds. Shot put up and good. It'll count, but not enough for the win as Ohio State holds on for a dominant victory, 82-57. What started off a close contest ended up in a blowout for the Buckeyes.